What's up, chat? How you guys doing? Why is it not picking up on the stream? Oh, come on. All right, what's up, y'all? Getting the game started now, but for some reason the Elgato's not working. I've been scrambling constantly. The batteries on my Wii remote weren't working. Had like all kinds of technical difficulties. Now the volume's way too loud in my headphones. So it's been crazy. But how y'all doing tonight? Thank you to everybody who's here right now. Excited to continue this playthrough. This is going to be very fun. Let's see here. So Amen's here. Canman's here. ID Monster. I got to turn that down. Whoo. Okay, there we go. Now let's see if we can get this Elgato working. Oh, nope, it's not even recognizing it. Okay, I'm going to have to do a hard reset. One sec, chat. 10-hour stream. I'll see what I can do, Skutless. Alright, I think that should fix it. And I'll get caught up and acknowledge everybody in chat here in just a minute. Let me just make sure the stream's good to go first. There we go, but the size of the screen is all off. Let's fix that. Right there should be good. All right, cool. Thanks, Mikey. I appreciate it. I came here to drop some money. Get copyright claimed. ID Monster says the climb and Johnny Fumble. You expect to see it. Yeah, especially when it comes to like tech stuff. I'm very, very boomery. Mikey, thank you so much for the super chat, dude. I appreciate you as always and glad you're in here. ID Monster, good to see you. Initial Power D, good to see you. Andy, howdy. Hope you're doing well. Scutlist, let's see here, of course, the beautiful Troubled Green is in here. Mammon, our Lord and Sip, thanks for being in here, Mammon. Just so you know, Mammon, I'm going to be posting that segment to the Johnny Talks channel very soon. I wanted to get to it today, didn't have time, but I'll be working on that next for the channel. No one out bags ID Monster, so I think I got most people in here. Soundwave, good to see you. Alan, good to see you as well, says 2% milk, yes, the best. Let's see. Not even Elon Musk could provide, can match the riches Mikey provides. Apparently so. Alrighty, guys. So we are about to do the water temple. There is some legendary suffering about to go on right now. I know the water temple's tough, but I've heard it's tough. Oh, that's right. I got to get through the ice cavern first. Everybody forgets the ice cavern. Ice cavern never gets any love. So I'll do this first, and then we'll do the water temple. And I hear it's rough from people who have done Master Quest. Apparently it's really, really tough. Sorry for delaying the stream a little bit tonight. I wanted to see the end of the Dodgers game, but it just kept going and going and going, so I'm like, I need to start this thing. Come on. I knew that was going to happen. Alright, and then it's this thing here. What's your opinion on Master Quest so far? I love it. It's awesome. I feel like my bar is set really low for it, because just being able to experience Ocarina of Time in any new way is going to be like so fun for me. So it has been. It's been really fun. It is kind of weird sometimes. Some questionable choices on, like, especially Jabu Jabu's belly. That was really, really weird. But to be fair, that's a weird dungeon as is anyway. So I guess they just doubled down on the weirdness. Pain of the Water Temple made worse. This will be interesting to see. Awesome. Looking forward to it. Imagine being a Dodgers fan. Could it be 98% of the people here? Yeah. Grew up in SoCal, is what it is. Dodgers, Lakers. I can't confirm, bro. Is that the water temple? Thanks, Mammon. Basically. This isn't even like a real temple anyway. Okay, so I can't go in here yet. Wait a minute. I don't have the blue fire yet, right? Where can I go? I just need to kill everyone? Okay. Just one of those kill everyone type rooms. Don't think this is where I came from. It is not. Alright, sweet. Yeah, but as I was saying, really, really like it so far. It's just a little bit weird sometimes. There's a lot more combat mixed in too. Like it's a lot busier. Okay. Wow. What? Oh, that's why I missed. I always thought the hitbox was more generous than that. Nothing too challenging in the ice cavern so far. Okay. Alright, well, I don't need this Poe. Is this the big Poe? Aw, that sucks. I should have returned this one. Oh, I can't get rid of it. Oh, that's crazy. That's nuts. I didn't realize that. I can't even get rid of that. Good thing I didn't have all three jars full. We'd have to leave. Scutless said, legit, I saw the stream's name and thumbnail, and I was like, wait, I don't recall Johnny actually getting to the water temple last stream. Yeah, so, I mean, Ice Cavern first, but I skipped the Fire Temple. That's always how I've played it since I was a kid. It's Forest Temple, then Water Temple for me, then Fire Temple. And apparently I'm like the only person who ever did it that way. Everybody thinks I'm weird for it. Mammoth said, was going to find the cure for cancer tonight, but I will have to push that back since Johnny is streaming. Let's go, Mammon. I appreciate the undying support. Alright, let's do both of these. Still waiting on that Indiana Jones SNES playthrough. Oh, that's right. Hey, well, you were the one who like asked for it, and like you even like super chatted for it, and then you left the stream and did your own stream. So like, I don't feel like it's totally my fault, Mikey. But yes, I do owe you that soon, at a time where you'll be watching the stream. I guess if you wanted to watch the playback, there's always that. All right, moving on. Thank you to everybody who's in here. Hopefully this will be a nice, chill and relaxing stream for you, because I kind of feel like it's not going to be one of those for me. Water Temple's brutal. Yeah, that was literally why I didn't do it, Mikey. You were live on stream. And people were telling me in the chat, they were like, Mikey's streaming right now. And I think they were telling me as a way of getting their picks through instead of your pick through. So I was like, okay, well, if Mikey's not even here to watch, I'm just going to play whatever other people want. But I am looking forward to doing Indiana Jones on the SNES. That is a fun and tough game. Okay, I just wanna know where everything is first. So this is this room. This is this room. But what's up here? So directly across. I need to remember directly across. Scutless says, so Navi. Navi said the blue fire was unnatural, but actually blue fire is real and natural. Fire colored blue tells you that it's hotter than red fire. Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. I'm kind of glad we got to this room then, because this is a dead end, pretty much. Does this do damage? And it does not. Link, don't do that. Oh, no. I hate this. Just fall, dude. Just fall. Am I stuck? Oh my god, okay. I'm like, am I like soft locked? This is ridiculous. Alright, try it again. Does a bomb work? I don't even know if a bomb works. We're gonna find out though. Nice. Okay. Can I get that one? That one seems complicated too. Good luck melting the ice in this room. Yeah, I was thinking it seemed kind of difficult. You might say that idea was the bomb. Yeah. Whew. I don't see how I can do that one. I don't think an arrow through the blue flame will work, but I mean, I'll try it. Nope. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm not gonna get super bent out of shape about a Skulltula, so I'm dying to figure that out, but I also like want to keep the stream going, so. I don't think this is a melter. Explosive commentary, says Mikey. All right. That did not work. Well, let me go get another one. I mean, I also don't care for the piece of heart either. Yeah, good luck melting the ice. I'm not sure if I really care, to be honest. So let's move on. NFI says, what up, Johnny? Just came back from a side job working on somebody's roof. Nice, man. Getting that extra dough. That's awesome. I appreciate you jumping in. I'm abandoning two things here. The Skulltula and the piece of heart, but it's whatever. Amen said, good idea. Me and my friends spent an hour trying to melt that and still don't know how. I'll want to come back and figure it out. Like, it's my goal to, like, 100% every Zelda game. And, you know, this counts, but not on stream. That's the kind of thing where I just want to, like, spend an evening at my own home, you know, racking my brain over. Without feeling like I have to keep people entertained, so. Link. Hit the damn pot. There we go. I went through the wrong door, which is interesting, because I thought it was straight across. I said straight across, but apparently I got mixed up somehow. A trip to Lake Hylia first may have been needed, says Initial Power D. Alright. So you try to entertain us? I didn't say I was good at it. I didn't say I was good at it. I mean, I try, but, you know, a lot of people try things they're not good at. How am I going in every room but the correct one? Let me go ahead and switch this. I don't want to accidentally waste my fire, so let's do this. Okay, I guess this could be straight across, too. I could have seen it that way. There's a crystal switch in the room you wear to get the heart piece. Oh, okay, okay. These freaking slip physics, dude. That's fine, though. Let's keep it moving. Okay. Oh my god, he's alive still. Oh no. I hope he's not one of those enemies like I have to kill him. That complicates things. Bro. Where is he? I can't even see him. But I hear him. Bro, you guys have a problem. They both fell down now. This is unbelievable, dude. If I have to kill them, that's ridiculous. You don't need to try. Chat got the entertainment half of the stream locked out. Appreciate it, ID Buster. Okay, so there isn't the platform for me to push. I'm gonna go back and come back and try to reset those wolves because I got a feeling I gotta kill these wolves. Mammoth says we need a 24-hour stream of Johnny 100%ing every Zelda game ASAP. I don't know about ASAP. I ain't got that kind of time these days. You know that, man. Between all the channels I gotta make content for. Please just get away from the hole, please. Okay, one down. There might be no platform at all, so I might be making a big deal about nothing. Yep, looks like there wasn't. No biggie. Okay, so can't go that way. Let's go over here. Can I reach? Yes, I can reach. Let's see here. 24-hour streams are a young man's game, unlike those bottomless pits, Johnny. Don't get that dog in him anymore. Okay. Wow, that's it, huh? That last room was actually easier. That's interesting. Yeah, that one room was actually easier on Master Quest, which is interesting. I'd expect the I expect the super chats to help cover the nanny. Yeah, Mikey's funding those right now. 24 hours. Oh yeah, I read that. Those monsters are trying to entertain us too. Yeah, I'm getting worked. Oh, interesting, Andy. You're the first person to say that. Water temple's usually so hard. Master Quest made it easier. Interesting. Mammoth says, Johnny must be a fake Zelda fan. Won't even do a 24-hour stream. Shaking my head. Absolutely, Davis. Devastated. Life has no meaning. I think you're following the streams over here way too late. Back when I was single and on Twitch, I used to do 48-hour streams, believe it or not. I'd like to do a 24-hour again at some point, and then, yeah, it'd probably just be Zelda. I think YouTube, I think it'll stop the stream at 12 hours, so we'd have to make it like a minimum of 2 streams to make that work. You know, but we just end it and start it up again real quickly. one of my favorite songs from Ocarina of Time. Forgot about that ID Muster. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't scare you away. He's a little cray-cray, yeah. I'm a night owl, that's for sure. Is there a specific reason why you stream on YouTube over Twitch? Just because I really want to build up this channel for, like, making videos, and anytime I'm gaining followers on Twitch, I don't feel like it's not really contributing to this channel where I make, you know, scripted videos and stuff. And so I kind of just made the decision to centralize that. And so, yeah, that's really why, is I just wanted to feel like the whole thing was contributing to one source, you know? There is the idea of dual streaming, but I don't know. Maybe I'll tackle that at some point, but that just feels like stress and being overwhelmed right now, if I'm being honest. I think I should be able to get out fine here. No, I can't breathe. Yeah, because I don't think you get the blue tunic in here. Sheik saved Naruto from under the ice. Interesting. I will never talk about how she did that. We will never talk about how she did that. Exactly. You just need to know that Sheik's capable. Okay. Twitch had been on a downward spiral recently anyway, says Initial Power D. Yeah, I remember even like a while ago too. I was really upset when it was like partnered or was something like that. They basically like just cut everyone's pay, and that was one of the big reasons I was like, yeah, I'm not going. Even though I'm not at that level yet, I was like, if people don't show that that's not okay, then they'll just, you know, keep eating into, you know, their streamers' cut, you know, and so, So yeah, that was another reason I'm like, okay, I kind of want to be done with Twitch after that, because that's ridiculous. So, I think, no, I think it's this one. You can also bait Johnny by telling him something LeBron would do, and he will do the opposite. I don't know about that. He chose to play for the Lakers. If I was in the NBA, I'd love to play for the Lakers. Eddie Munster says, if you call a total collapse a downward spiral, for sure. LOL lost the fairy. Always, dude. Always. Especially in this game. It was really nice in Majora's Mask how they made the hitbox for getting the fairies that much bigger. Why am I always going to the wrong room? It's so frustrating. Okay, so it's not that one. It's not directly across. And it's not the steps, so it's got to be this one. This one should take me to entrance. LeBron is the son. How dare you? LeBron is definitely on a streak of, like, cringy commercials lately. My goodness. That one he just put out with the Hennessy ad, where it was, like, the decision part 2. Oh, my goodness. But as I said in a video I just dropped today, Hennessy loves him. Hennessy very much loves LeBron for getting tons of attention onto their product. So there's that. You know what? Why am I? Let's just go to Lake Hylia. Whatever. I could go to the bottom and try to get the piece of heart, but whatever. Let's just go to Lake Hylia. Yeah, but Lakers LeBron was pre-decision LeBron. It's a different ball game now, says Mammon. Yeah. ID Munster. Alrighty. Now, I gotta remember. Although I always did the water temple before the fire temple, I remember it's like inconvenient for some reason. I think, yeah, it's sealed off here, so I'll need to go to that one entrance with a waterfall. That's what I'll need to do. Get away. No. Defrost King Zora for the tunic. That's right. But I still gotta go to the waterfall there to make that happen. Yeah, boy, do you guys ever stop? Man. Okay, enough LeBron hate. He's definitely top 50 all time. Can you grab the fire arrow? Not yet. That has to be after the water temple because unless there's a glitch way to do it. I'm sure there is. This game is packed with glitches. But as far as I know, you got to fill up the lake first in order to be able to reach it. So, that's the first thing you get after you complete the water temple. That's usually how that works. Okay. Beardo won't play Legend of Zelda games because too much reading for him. I mean, he seems to enjoy reading super chats, so, I mean, there's that. Well, half the time. Alright, if we see any Poes on the way, they're probably just going to be ignored. Bro, I'm so nervous about the freaking water temple right now. So, actually, I could have just dropped Epona off here and then go that way. Let's do that. Okay, so you stay here near Kakariko, and then we'll go from here. Okay, at least I have one. I have one blue flame. I think one is all I need. I won't be able to open the shop, but you don't need to open the shop as long as you get King Zora out. See, I don't think LeBron will ever take his talents to Ocarina of Time, unfortunately. No. Nah, but he will take it to Hennessy. That was the other thing about that commercial. It made no sense whatsoever. Absolutely no sense. If you see Poe, tell him how screwed up it is to marry a 13-year-old. Because, oh wait, different Poe. Sorry. Oh, jeez. Yikes. Get my phone out again just in case the chat craps on me like it usually does. On Streamlabs. Streamlabs is just a mess sometimes. I do need to try some other setups. I can't believe I really got used to just doing the the water temple because Kakariko Village, like, she is prompting you over and over again. Navi is prompting you to go to Kakariko or go to Death Mountain. So, like, I should have known the Fire Temple, but somehow as a kid I just ignored that and somehow still ended up at the Water Temple. Oof. Curing my Eagles depression right now. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Alright, so yeah, you're just gonna have to stay locked up. Sorry, your business will never reopen. Let's see here. ID Monster says Johnny rejects your game's pathing. He creates his own path. I did this time. Again, until my friend told me otherwise. I always thought that was the right way to do it, but clearly not. NFI says, I follow the order of the emblem in your gear: forest, fire, water, spirit, shadow. Yeah. Which is also interesting. I do Shadow Temple before I do Spirit Temple. Chat, am I wrong on that one too? Alright, baby. Looking good in blue. Let's do it. Yeah. Alright, we're going to be living dangerously because I'm going into a dungeon with no fairies. Okay, wait a minute. Nope, this is the wrong way. Oh yeah, back to Lake Hylia. I was like, where am I going? Well, no. Okay, let's not just skip every heart piece. Let's go get this one. Might as well. We'll take whatever help we could get before the water temple. Zelda/Metroid crossover game would make for a generational Zeltroid stream. Would be pretty cool. Would be pretty cool. Might actually help make Metroid a little bit more popular, which would be nice too. I can't believe we're this close to Metroid Prime 4. That's crazy to me. We're less than 2 months away, man. After all these years of waiting. Time to find out if it was actually worth the wait. Skyla says, I feel like the original plan in development was Spirit, then Shadow. It kind of fits with Impa saying you'll meet Zelda soon. That's true. It turns out I'm just doing everything wrong when it comes to dungeon order. Try it again. She's gonna tell me to go to Death Mountain, isn't she? Okay, whatever. Fine. You don't want to do this one again? Fine. And only a couple weeks away from Age of Imprisonment. I know. I've been replaying through the first 2 Hyrule Warriors games. And I'm a little bit bummed because I don't think I'm going to finish them before Age of Imprisonment comes out. Because I like doing that leading up to a new game coming out. Is to go through the predecessors. Which is a big reason why we're doing the Metroid stream. So I can play through Prime 1, Prime 2, and Prime 3 before Prime 4 drops. Regardless, I'm excited. I just wish I could finish them first. Alright, here we go. Eddie Master says, oh, Johnny, yesterday for the first time I saw a video that was actually positive and excited for Prime 4, then another one today. What wild times we live in. I mean, I've had some. Mine are pretty positive. I don't know, man. I think around Metroid fans, there just tends to be a lot of, like, fear and negativity. you know, I get it a little bit because Metroid, both Metroid Prime and 2D Metroid, they're both just such unique games that I think we don't want them to stop being what they are, because if they do, like, that's it. There's no other games like Metroid Prime, really. Like a chill but spooky, first-person shooter. Most first-person shooters nowadays are all like hectic and combat intensive, All right, chat. Let's see here. Upcoming Zelda movie title: The Breath of the Kingdom. Trust me, bro. All right. So now I gotta really pay attention to where I'm at, where I'm going. I don't know whether this is harder or easier. I've been hearing mixed reports. Okay, so that's in the same spot. Key door, same spot. Boss door, same spot. And then this one, this is the one. Can't remember what that is, but yeah. Okay, so everything looks the same. So let's go ahead and drop down, and then we'll go to the room on the right, which, assuming that hasn't changed, still should be our fish girlfriend. Scotland says, as someone who loves both the Zelda and Warriors games, I hate to say it, but I have no enthusiasm for Age of Imprisonment. I'll see some people's first impressions before I consider getting it. Yeah, for sure. I think I'd be interested to hear you elaborate on that, Scutless, but I think you've explained it to me before, so it'll probably just, like, joggle my memory. Imagine Epic Mike play Master Quest. I would love to see him play. Mike's just fun to watch playing anything. So who built this temple? I think that's a good question for a lot of the dungeons. Let's see. I tend to play those games based on licenses more than main ones like Dynasty or Samurai Warriors. Yeah. I definitely like the first one the most. That one was really, really fun. I'm also just like, I don't know. I liked Breath of the Wild the most of all the games in the Breath of the Wild world. And I enjoyed playing the game, but as far as like the characters and story and all that, it's far from my favorite Zelda for sure. Like I'm ready for a new iteration of like Link, a new portrayal, new art style, that sort of thing. Of like all the gang basically. Oops. I do like the water temple. I am a water temple defender. A lot of people act like this is a bad temple or it's just like an awful temple. I enjoy it. Wait a minute. Can I go? Normally, you can't go in this yet, I don't think. But they'll let me go in it now? It's already bombed open? Interesting. But yeah, I'm ready for something a little bit new. Okay, so can't open it yet. I'll have to come back here. Brian Stewart, welcome in, says, is Alan here? Both flippers above the table for this stream. Yes. He was here earlier. I don't know if he's still in the chat right now, but he was here earlier. ID Mustard says, I can't wait to be stuck in this godforsaken temple for 12 hours like last time. I shouldn't have been stuck for that long last time. I don't know what the heck happened. Usually I'm better here. Scutless says, I think Ocarina of Time actually specifies the water temple was made to worship water spirits and is guarded by the Zora. But that's all that's said. Okay, so this door stays shut. I don't think there's a way to do this prematurely, but... Ah, I tried. Alright, let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Nope. Bad angle. Thank you to everybody who's hanging out tonight. Hopefully this could be a nice, relaxing stream for you. I'm kind of trying to focus a little bit more on just, like, chill streams, especially with, like, Metroid and Zelda. And so, even with, like, my intro music and stuff, trying to play stuff that is more calming and less obnoxious. Like, for the longest time, I was doing, like, those, you know, like, metal or heavy rock music to set up the streams, which I do feel like is cool, but at this hour, especially for people on the East Coast, they're probably winding down, and that is wind-up music for sure. To be honest, you may prefer the collab Warriors games, but a lot of times I feel like Omega Force brings more passion to Dynasty Warriors. Yeah, than the lights and stuff, yeah. I tend to like most of those games, to be honest. Ooh. The heck is this? What the heck is this? Why are these here? That is weird. Why are these here? Zeltroid, do you know that the Sheikah Stones tells you that Zelda is a tomboy and Malon wants to be saved by a knight? Yes. Yes, I am aware of that. Jojo Jets, one of my favorite Zelda channels, actually just did trivia on that fairly recently. He was talking about that whole Zelda as a tomboy thing. And then that's also part of the reason why people speculate. What the heck? Why are all these here? That's one of the reasons why people speculate that Link ends up with Malon, and they end up having a child together. And through that lineage, eventually you get, you know, Link and Twilight Princess. That's why he grows up on a farm and all that sort of thing. The other thing is, though, it doesn't necessarily have to be Malon. It could be, you know, a love interest from Majora's Mask potentially as well. And so people tend to side with Malon. Not Crimea, but what's her name? What's the younger girl's name? The younger sister. Not Crimea. What's her name? Okay, so can't go there. Most of us just remember Crimea anyway. Johnny, was it you that did this without the water tunic, or am I thinking... You're thinking of someone else. You're thinking of someone else. What in the world? What? Is this in a different location? I'm sorry, I might just be repeating this right now, but, like, the game's tripping me out right now. What? Oh, it didn't hit the first one. Okay, this is probably just the same thing all over again, but... Oh, good lord. Okay. Come on. Romani. Yes, the ranch is even called Romani. Come on. It's like the Vegeta thing. Planet Vegeta, King Vegeta, Prince Vegeta. Everything's Vegeta. It's just like that. Bro, this is going to be weirding me out. I don't know why all these things are here, but... Alright, we'll move on for now, but I'll keep that in the back of my mind that we got all these hookshot blocks there for some reason. Unless... One of the Zelda games, if you wore... I think it was Wind Waker. If you wore the iron boots and then tried to use the hookshot... You don't go anywhere, but it just holds it in place. Okay, so it doesn't work like that. Alright. That would have been cool, though. That took me forever to figure out. That was such a cool mechanic in Wind Waker. Just a casual viewer says, I do remember a Deku saying something like 23 is #1 in the Great Deku Dungeon. Is that a Michael Jordan reference? The game released in 1998, so it's possible. I've heard that it's not. It's been confirmed that it wasn't. And trust me, I so wish that was actually the case. Because it makes sense from a timeline standpoint. This game came out late in 1998. So Michael Jordan... Okay, we got to go in the center. So let's do that. But, yeah, this game came out late 1998, so Michael Jordan had just won his final championship and retired for the final time for from the Chicago Bulls. So he was like a global icon at that point. So it's an interesting theory, but, yeah, I believe it's been confirmed that that was never actually what that meant. But it just works too well. It's just like 23 is number 1 in 1998 after his 6 titles. Like, come on, that works way too well. King Vegeta, are you talking about me, my son, or the planet? Yes. She hugs him in the N64 version as well. But whether she hugs him or not is randomized, correct? Yes, it's after you help. Which, I don't know, some people will take the hug, but it basically means that after you help her, basically transport all that milk, you don't actually get a real reward other than the hug. Okay, so we're in the middle section now, so we got a switch. A switch, okay, so we got... Okay, can't do that because I don't have something to keep on there. So it's a lot of memory and process of elimination. My heart is broken. I choose to believe it's a Jordan reference. You know what? I'm going to try to make a YouTube short about that soon on this channel. I'm going to look into it. I'm going to have an answer for you. I'm going to try to make a short on that. I feel like that would be good. Be a fun way to kind of merge my 2 different audiences. Talk about MJ and talk about Zelda. Interesting. I'm a little hesitant to destroy all these blocks, to be honest. You never know what you might need to use at some point. Nah, YouTube shorts aren't really like great for the channel. I should make a Zelda facts video. That's what I should do. I should do a straight up facts video, and that'll be one of them. That's what I'm gonna do. Because YouTube shorts like kind of suck. You have to get like a quadrillion views just to make a buck. Like they're brutal. I don't understand why so many people make YouTube shorts with how much it like really doesn't amount to much of anything, to be honest. Okay, so this is kind of a tricky way to get me up to level 3. Okay. No. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. Did you just respawn out of nowhere? Man, you're just gonna respawn every time. That's annoying. Daniel, what's up, dude? How you doing tonight? Said I'm late to the stream. No worries. I was late to stream, so. Ooh. Do I have Den's Fire? No. Oh, I don't have Den's Fire. All right. What do y'all say we come back then after we get Den's Fire? Yeah, let's do that. Dang it. And I don't have that song either. Crap. So what's the other quickest way? No. Do we have to do Lake Hylia? Let me look. I kind of feel like... Well, if I do this, then I could get the 2 fairies. Yeah, let's do that. NFI says, Zeltroid, I'm thinking about making a video how all the heart pieces Skulltula and find all Sheikah stones. Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be great. People have... I mean, I don't think anybody's ever combined all of those things in a video. They might have, but a lot of those haven't been updated in a long time. That'd be cool. NFI says, oh yeah, Johnny, I forgot to let you know you don't have Den's Fire. Yeah. But that's okay. Because I'd like to get a couple fairies It'd be nice to kind of get a couple things while I'm out and about. I don't need to kill you. I've already got 200 coins. ID Monster says, Johnny, do you think when LeBron, the son himself, collapses into the black hole of retirement, will he linger or fade out? He doesn't have the charisma a lot of fans or guys that go into sports commentating. I think there's going to be some level of fade. I think his fans will always love him and resonate and be nostalgic just like anybody else is about with their favorite players. So I think there's that. But I do think there's going to be some fade from, like, the media perspective. I've made videos about it, too. I think the media heavily pushes a current player versus a retired player as a way of pitting, like, the old versus the new. Because it makes for good debates. It makes for good clickbait. That's why ESPN's doing that all the time. They never have a debate like, who's greater, Michael Jordan or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you know? They used to have Kobe in that conversation, but the minute they stopped talking about Kobe was when Kobe Rose retired because now he was no longer relevant. And Michael Jordan, of all the old guys, is the one relevant one that you're always comparing to. And so I feel like LeBron just kind of be pushed aside from the media perspective a little bit. They might occasionally like have a debate of, is this small forward or is this guy who plays like a point forward, is he as good as LeBron? You know, they could do it that way. But yeah, because this is kind of a cycle of history. I know we've been on LeBron for a while at this point. But they've always kind of done this where they try to stir up the new guy versus the old. They just tried that with Anthony Edwards. He just hasn't been good enough to justify it. Joe Chunk drops a 20. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. It doesn't say anything. Thanks, Joe. How you doing tonight, man? What you up to? The never-ending saga of the Lost Woods, says Novella Princess. Yes, exactly. All right, so let's get to Hyrule Castle as quick as we can. And then we'll go back in time. And if I says, I played Master Quest a few days ago. I'm on the last temple, and I still remember all the heart piece locations and big pose locations. I just need 6 heart pieces left. Did they, NFI, quick question for you. Did they change the locations of the pose, or are they the same as the original? I'm not sure if you know that off the top of your head. But I have most of the locations of the original memorized. Yeah, no, I got rid of my Poe. Or no, did I? No, I didn't, because I couldn't get rid of it. I couldn't get rid of it. Alright, so let's give it to this dude. That's right, I couldn't get rid of it. Alright, so this will be 1 done. I don't know if I'm actually going to get all 10. Same as the original. Okay, I might get all 10 then. Just a casual viewer says, gotta go, very busy weeks for me. We'll watch the Zelda Facts video once you release it. Thanks. Yeah, sounds good. And thanks for giving me that idea, just a casual viewer. You have a wonderful night. Let's see here. Scutless says, why are the Lost Woods called the Lost Woods? When did the woods forget where they were going and become lost? Wah, wah. But it's... Okay. All right, now time to be confronted by the manliest of men. This absolute Chad. Alright, so this, I'm just trying to run through everything in my head. Din's Fire, is there anything else I want to do before I head back to the water temple? I think so. I think we'll be alright. So far, I'm not too intimidated by the water temple, though. This was a part that took me forever to realize when I was a kid, because I don't even, honest to God, I don't even remember why I came back into this room. But for the longest time, I just never did. Initial Power D said, don't give Nintendo of America any ideas. I don't think Nintendo of America has that kind of sway. Nintendo of Japan went out of their way to clarify, no, Zelda does not become a man. It's just a woman in a costume. If you look it up, literally, they clarified that because they just wanted people to know. Every once in a while, Nintendo will be like, all right, y'all went too far with this. We got to set the record straight. But yeah, they really, really, really just wanted to convince you through the dialogue that that Sheik was a dude. That way the reveal's that much more exciting at the end. Scutless says, Sheik mentions traversing mountains and then going underwater. It's almost like a proper intended order was spelled out or something. Listen, man, when I was young, I skipped a lot of dialogue, okay? And then I was ignoring Navi's prompts with the, you know, the Death Mountain nudge. I'm not claiming my way's the right way. It's just, that's the way I like to do it. I asked Joe how he was doing tonight, and he didn't even respond to that. He just came in, dropped a 20, immediately clicked out and bounced. If you're lurking, Joe, thank you again. Zeltroid, early Zelda 64 beta, they were gonna make a Zelda 64 like Super Mario 64, go in picture frames to beat the dungeons in Ganon's Castle. The channel called The Obsessive Gamer cover it. The Obsessive Gamer is a wonderful channel. Absolutely wonderful channel for that kind of stuff. Covers a lot of Metroid stuff as well. Yeah, that's a really good channel. Highly recommend. And I'm glad they didn't do that. It works great for Mario, but for Zelda, it would have felt tacky. Plus, the two universes should feel separate, you know? The Zelda dev team somehow doesn't care about the lore, but also cares about the lore so much it goes out of its way to clarify small details. True. Ocarina was originally going to be very Super Mario 64-esque. As much as I love Mario 64, I'm glad they went the direction they did with Ocarina. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna start up that that conversation again, chat, of which fairy is the most inappropriate of all the games. Place your vote in the chat. I somehow feel like it's still this one. Even though Twilight Princess's fairy is just like literally naked. And even though Breath of the Wild pulls you into her pond and who knows what happens. Okay. Now let's head back. The fairy from the animated cartoon was the worst. Always trying to get very inappropriate with Link. Well, to be fair, that's kind of on brand for a lot of the ladies. Always trying to get with Link. That would be a fun video. Like, which iteration with Link? Like, I'm trying to think of how I would phrase that, but basically got the most attention from the ladies. But you'd have to think of, like, a better way to phrase that. Scotland says, you could argue they sort of went back to the concept with Skyward Sword. No paintings, but a central hub, Skyloft, that connects to a few specific areas. Yeah, I can't wait to stream Skyward Sword, too. There's a lot of things I want to stream. Skyward Sword's one of them. I would love to stream Majora's Mask closer to Halloween, so we get that spooky vibes and stuff. Somebody suggested Skyward Sword with a no-shield run. I've never done that before, but that sounds pretty cool. Which version of Link has the most game? Yeah, you could phrase it that way, and then, you know, just have, like, just put, like, Link, like, you know, like this in the thumbnail. Like, I can even think of, like, young Link doing that, where he's just like, like as he's about to die from, like, the freaking, the moon crashing, where he's just like, and then Photoshop all the ladies in and put, like, big heart eyes over him. Yeah, that would be a great thumbnail. Looking forward to Johnny becoming an indentured servant at the Lumpy Pumpkin. That part's annoying, too. Where you have to, like, sway with them and everything. Oh my gosh, it's so annoying. I haven't done this part. I wanna move this slab real quick and see if there's something good in here. I forget what's in here. Have you seen The Legend of Beavis? It's glorious. Is it on YouTube? Never seen it. Alright, this is gonna be the same old basic crap. Oh, I don't even know what that was. But yeah, nah, you guys are wasting my time. Pretty stocked on stuff, too. I was hoping for something more exciting. Dude, did that take 2 hearts? That took a lot. Alright, so we got 2 fairies now. Now, I don't remember if it saves the water level. I kind of doubt it does. It probably just resets to the default level. Let's see here. Scutless says, I actually, back then, typed a Microsoft Word document to basically keep track of the rhythm of the harp song you have to do with the wastress. No way. That's awesome. It feels, like, completely unnatural and just off. Dude, it did save the water level. That's really cool. That's actually dope. So it's easy to just pick up where we left off. All right. Okay, so I can't do this one yet. I don't know how I'm gonna do this one, to be honest. There's nothing there, which eliminates another route. I don't remember what this is, so let's check it out. Okay, we haven't been to this room yet. Cool. Ooh, okay. I can carry this, right? Yep, I can carry this, so I'll take that back with me. There was usually a chest in here, but not this time. Honestly, they should have brought the Loft Wings back in Tears of the Kingdom, cut out the Sky Llamas because lame, and just use a ton of ideas from old games like Minish. Yeah, Minish Cap was great too. It was kind of weird at first. I had a hard time warming up to that one at first, but I do really like Minish. Yeah, Loft Wings would have fit in so perfectly for Tears of the Kingdom. But Nintendo doesn't like redoing things. Ooh. Oh. Interesting. And I can't throw it or it's going to break. I'm going to try a couple things. I obviously got to get that across somehow. If the lumpy pumpkin owner doesn't want me to break his chandelier, then don't put a heart piece up there. It's not rocket science. Exactly. Dude gets so mad. Okay, so I jumped and I about jumped as well as I possibly could have. So let's do this. Would this work? Just goes right through it. Interesting. Is there a platform somewhere that raises with the water? That one. Well, can I make that jump? No, I wouldn't be able to make that jump either. Okay. This one. Okay. So that raises with the water level. So if I can somehow... But I still can't get it across. I feel like this part's gonna be tough. And I don't know if I leave it, if it's gonna stay there. It probably doesn't even matter. Oh, shoot. Okay, wow. I gave up on that too early. That actually works. My bad. I was so caught off guard, I like mashed the A button as soon as I crossed it. Alright, well, at least I know that works now. I thought my first jump was perfect, man. I thought that was perfect. Try again, Johnny. Yep. I'm just glad to know I can do it. Alright, we want to be in as straight of a line as possible. I don't know what the hell I did differently last time. I missed on the first try also. Well, yeah, but I mean, like, is it just luck? I don't understand what I'm doing. I'm running in a straight line. It's not like my jump is based on timing. You just run to the ledge and Link jumps. That's literally how it works. So I'm a little bit confused as to why I'm making it sometimes and not others. Link is very inconsistent with his jumps. Good job, Johnny. Wait, no! Ah, there we go. Okay. Okay, if you could stay looking towards the box, thank you. Or towards the button. Ooh. So this used to be a water fountain that would take you up, but now it no longer is. That's going to be one of the confusing parts. It's going to make this a little bit more difficult. Is all the elevator locations are now different. Bro, there's got to be something. There we go. Okay. 3631956 says, which Link has the coolest items? A Link to the Past or Ocarina of Time? I chose A Link to the Past because of the invisibility cape. I think A Link to the Past for sure. A Link to the Past is super cool. With the cape and then with Bombos and Esther and they're all so cool. The magic hammer and oh my gosh, they're all awesome. Okay, so I can just go up. Oh, I probably can't reach it unless I got on that step. That's my guess. Yeah, I think Link to the Past might have the coolest items of any Zelda game ever. Bro. I assumed that this is just enabled me to reach it, but now I'm confused. Come on, Link, stop jumping towards the front. Try it again. Very, very odd. You need the long shot, Johnny. Alright, so then this room doesn't serve any other purpose right now. Alright. Alright, so done with that one for now. Can you put on the block and give yourself a tiny bit more range? Possibly, but I don't think I could stand on that block. But even then, that makes sense that it's just designed for the long shot. Okay, so I think I'm basically done with this area for now. So let's go here. One thing I have noticed about this water temple is they're definitely giving me less keys, which I could actually see making end up making this a little bit easier with just less keys involved. Less potential roadblocks, but we'll see. Okay, well that was nice, but doesn't really amount to anything crucial. Oh, so we do Water Temple before the Fire Temple, but now we care about how much the developers intended things, huh? Okay. SCR says, man, if there was ever a day I wanted to join your basketball member group, it was today. I have so much to say about LeBron James. Anyway, I hope you are doing good today, Johnny. Yeah, appreciate that, man. I tell you what, I am planning on doing a live stream after the season opener, and I'm planning on doing stuff like that every once in a while for, you know, regular members, or regular viewers, people who aren't necessarily members, so... Okay. Yeah, let's do this, I guess. I thought C-Right was still my ocarina. Don't like wasting magic. I take it you weren't a fan of the latest Hennessy ad, SCR? And now he's gonna miss 4 to 6 weeks with like a damaged sciatic nerve. So that's interesting. Okay, so that's the entrance. I still don't have a key. I still can't long shot here. And then that's not open. You know what? I think I screwed up. I think I screwed up. There's that one room with the chest that I think is technically the second floor. Yeah, I should have done that. I screwed that up. Okay. All right, no worries. So let's go back down, take the water to the bottom floor. Then we'll go take it to the middle floor, and then I'm pretty sure I know where I'm going after that. Dang it. I could have done that right then and there. NFI says, Zeltroid, letting you know there is one small key, but they forget to add in the lock door. They fixed that in the 3DS version, letting you know if you find all small keys. So, like, there's an extra key? Is that what you're saying? There's, like, one more key than there is, like, locked doors? Is that what you mean by that? So that's the room I gotta get to, but in order to do that, it's gotta be... The water's gotta be at level 2. So this will take the water back down. ID Mustard says, Johnny, what do you think Links do with all the gear they collect in their quests? Like this Link didn't put Den's Fire back for another Link. He probably just goes, finds Beetle, and sells them all. Or finds someone who's going to be a buyer and just sells them all. That'd be my guess. Because every Link is selfish and just assumes that there isn't going to be another Link that might need it at some point. It's funny, I expected a farewell tour announcement or some type of ad equally. I just can't believe this man's ego would actually let him do that. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cringe, but it was literally if you look on my Johnny Talks video, I drop the I drop our like private podcast text chat, and I said ahead of time that I'm like, this is just an ad. This smells like an ad. Because LeBron opted into like a $52 million deal. Lakers don't seem like they want to trade him. And he wants to play with Bryce as well, like both of his sons in the NBA. So I just did not smell a retirement whatsoever. And why would he wait until like the month of the season starting to announce that, you know? So yeah, I just thought it was an ad the entire time. And then when it happened, I was like, yep, it sounds like LeBron. He likes attention. Okay, so now the thing is, I need to remember how to bring the water down to level 2. I think it's over here. I think this is it. I hope it's not the blue one. If they make me do it with the blue switch every time, that's kind of brutal, but I doubt they'll do that. I think it's probably just this one. Yeah. We're good. ID Buster says LeBron's gonna get cybernetic knees before he retires. NFI says Zeltroid, they forgot to add in a lock for a Skulltruller room. You're left with one key. Interesting. Does it work like the original Legend of Zelda on the NES, where you can take that key into the next dungeon? That would be sick. Okay. So now we're out here with the water at the second level. So now let's go back into the bottom room. Which will probably give us, I would guess, a key. And if that gives us a key, I know where the key door is. Yeah. In the 3DS version, when changing the water to the middle level, the camera dramatically points at the opening of the moving block. That's right. And I haven't gone in that opening yet, so I need to do that too. This is on the right side, so I think it's this one. Wait a minute. What? How am I getting mixed up here? Or was this the top one? This might be the top one. Yeah, because so many people had a hard time and, like, missed that room. And so Nintendo's just like, here! Duh! Look at it. Look at it. This is the way to go. Yeah, okay, so this is the correct way. I watched it, I believe that too, but he also recently said that he's waiting on Bryce and thought he respected the fans a little bit more, then let the narrative keep going. I don't know, man. Well, what's crazy is, like, that whole, like, the decision moment, like, that was a big moment of his career, which is kind of weird to just, like, I don't know, like, literally make a joke of it. We joked about it on my podcast where, like, it'd be like if Michael Jordan, remember when he came back in 1995 and, like, all the articles said was just, like, I'm back. Like, that was all it was. It'd be like if MJ did that again, but instead of, like, him coming back and dropping 55 on the Knicks, it'd be like he was advertising, like, a double quarter pounder for 55 cents or something like that. It's like, what are you doing? You're taking one of your coolest moments ever and making it embarrassing. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, the whole thing's puzzling. I don't understand the guy. Okay, so now I've got the long shot. Now, what was the one area? Yeah. I need to go back to that room where I was standing on that block. Can't go in there. Alright, well, in this case, let's take these off and head up. Right now, this does low-key. I don't know, it might get tougher. But it does kind of seem even easier than the original. I know I was told that by one person in the chat, but everybody else made it seem like it was going to be harder, so... I'm trying to remember where that room is. Yeah, it's got to be on the second level, because it used to be the water fountain that led up to the third level. It's not this. Pretty positive it's not this room. ID Monster says, Demise really fumbled the whole bag with the whole reincarnation deal. Ganon is probably one of the most aware of it now, so he has to revive and get cooked by an unlimited separate versions of this guy forever. Yeah, basically. It's like that scene in Groundhog Day where Bill Murray just, you know, is aware of what's going on and just has to keep ending his life over and over and over again. It's one of my favorite scenes in cinema history, by the way. It's so dark but hilarious at the same time. That's basically Ganon and how he feels. All right. I think, yeah, okay, it is this room. It is this room. So let's do the block jump again. Let's do the block jump again. Yeah, because I definitely remember it's that room now. Let's just cross our fingers and hope that Link decides to arbitrarily jump really far this time. No refreshing items. All right. Initial Power D says, if Ganon was aware, he would have ended Link as a child. That's probably true, too. Yeah, that's the one thing. I'm not sure if Ganon's totally aware. Certain dialogue, it makes it seem like he is, but I don't know. I'm not sure if he understands the full extent of what's going on. Otherwise, it would be like, well, why is he doing things the way he's doing them? He could have said, I'm not retiring, it's bigger. At least something. I know you're not a big football fan, but Brett Favre, yes, Brett Favre coming back. Am I coming back? Am I not coming back? And then he's with the Jets, then he's with the Vikings. Yeah, no, for sure. And came back with Green Bay several times. Yeah, for sure. Okay, these are refreshing at least. I'd like some magic. Are these just rupees? That sucks. ID Monster says, a generic Hylian child ain't exactly easy to narrow down. True. I mean, all he's got to get is their name. As long as he finds out who Link is, pretty safe bet. Kills a poor Goron named Link. Alright, there we go. right, let's see here. Version or Versian? Versian Looms. Says, hello, peoples. Hello. How are you doing tonight? Appreciate you dropping in. SCR says, I think Ganon had such a big ego, he thought Link couldn't do it. Or he just thinks that he's going to be the one to finally end the cycle, because he's just arrogant and overconfident. I saw this in my recommends, and it reminded me of just how yesterday I lost my Ocarina of Time file on my emulator. No, but it's okay. All right, I'm sorry, man. That sucks. That really sucks. How far were you into it? Like, had you already beat the game? Were you trying to 100% it? Or, you know, let me know how far you were. If Ganondorf is aware, his mindset is probably, I'm greater than Demise ever was. I shall rule as he failed to do. Yeah, for sure. But, like, at attempt number, like, 27, maybe you consider a little bit of humility. Maybe every other version of me thought the same thing beforehand. But he's just that confident. Just that egotistical. But dude, I only got to the Forest Temple in my Master Quest, but the emulator itself recently played was the OG. Oof. Okay, can I take this with me? I'm gonna check. Nope, can't take it with me. Okay. Alright, well. I don't see why I would need that. What am I missing? Come on. Playing songs with a C-stick sucks. It sucks so bad. Also, the one time Ganondorf did actually win, the king slid in and sunk the whole country with the ocean, and some random kid took over as the new hero to be reincarnated afterwards anyway. Exactly. How badass is Wind Waker Link, man? Okay, well, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to get stopped here. Well, I don't know, actually. Is this the boss room door? Maybe this is where I need to go after all. No, it's the boss room door. Frick. Oh, but there's a switch. What did that do? Okay, well, it ain't gonna amount to anything. Yep. Okay. Shoot that just in case. Oh, let's see. I was literally just at the water temple, just playing the game for fun, for the whateverth time. Technically, in my in timeline shenanigans, there's a fallen hero timeline where Ganondorf defeats Link at the end. Yeah, exactly. Link just dies, and that's it. It's very depressing. We should do that one of these days. Just like stream a fallen hero timeline, make it to Ganondorf, game over, dead. All right, end of stream, guys. That's it. That was the fallen hero timeline. Wasn't that fun? How depressing. Okay. Yep, I still don't have this key. Ocarina of Time is fun. I enjoy just about every temple. Oh, I didn't go in the middle room. That's right. That's right. Okay, I'll do that. I enjoy just about every temple besides a water temple, but I love its music. Yeah, music is really good. I love the water temple. The one thing that's just objectively awful, and I will take the L on this one, it's just horrifically bad, is having the pause to change in and out of the iron boots every single time. Like, that's just brutal. There's no getting around that. But I do love the water temple, for sure. Alan, welcome back, Alan. Okay. And obviously that was, like, addressed a little bit in the 3DS version, but for the 64 version, it's pretty rough. Now that I think about it, there's a lot of basketball drama right now. Must be basketball season. Yeah, it's heating up. Back from Spirit Halloween and chocolate milk shopping. Nice. Sounds fun. It's always interesting when video game sequels operate on the bad ending rather than the predictable good ending. Yeah, and again, I'm hoping it gets picked up again at some point, but that Sheik game where you play as Zelda and hiding as Sheik after Link dies in the Fallen Hero timeline. Retro Studios was supposed to handle that one, and that game was basically got to the concept art stage, and shortly afterwards they canceled the project. I don't know why exactly they canceled the project, but that would have been sick. Ah, that would have been sick. Okay, so that's still sealed. That's sealed. Yeah, this middle room. Okay, cool. So let's raise the water, and now let's go in the bottom room that a lot of people miss. Have you had a chance to check on that video on the No Pause Breath of the Wild's rules run yet? No, actually, let me set that reminder right now. Remind me in 2 hours, check out video that STR recommended. Okay, cool. I got it on my phone. That's what I have to do to remember things. My wife will tell me basically anything I need to remember, and I'm like, hold on. Let me set a reminder in my phone. I'm gonna land right on this spike. Oh no! It's shut! It's shut! I wasn't ready for this! It's sealed! No! Oh, I wasn't ready for it to be closed. Why is it closed? Why is it closed? Okay. Maybe it has something to do with up here? Johnny, let me know if you need help. Hold off for now. Hold off for now, because I might be able to figure it out here. Oh, I don't have fire arrows. No. Okay. I might... Hold on, let's do this. I think this is going to drop the block down, because that's what it did in the original. And then maybe I can use Din's Fire. It's not dropping it! Why is it not doing anything? Why are you not doing anything? Loom says, Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess are probably my favorite, but I've only recently beat Breath of the Wild for the first time. It is incredible. It is awesome. I love that game so much. It's been fun. I've been playing it periodically here and there on the new Switch 2 edition, and it's so gorgeous. Okay, that didn't work. I thought I could just make that jump, but apparently not. Novella says, I put a theory that came up with that I came up with about Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment into Grok to see Grok's reaction. What was the reaction? I'm curious. Okay, I should have been able to make this jump. I don't get why you didn't make it. Come on, Link. You and your inconsistent jumps. Really? Why would it put that there if I couldn't get to it? It's so funny, Breath of the Wild still sells well on the eShop. Yeah, that game just, it won't stop. Okay. That's just there probably because that's what where it was initially. I don't understand. He's not jumping like he's supposed to. That was just a horrible jump on my part, actually. I subbed and like. I'll be back if I randomly disappear. Been a long day, but cheers. I appreciate it. Thank you. You should check out some of the regular videos, too. We're definitely going to be posting a lot more consistently over here. Working on a Zelda Facts video soon, so that'll be up soon. Okay, he's not even close. I feel like he's not doing his full jump, but... Alright, NFI, hit me up. What am I missing here? Kind of surprising because my theory is a possibility, but we don't know until the game comes out. Yeah, exactly. AI's getting so ridiculously advanced that eventually people are going to start asking it questions, and AI being all invasive is going to like pull information from like private conversations with developers and then actually give you the plot. Like, we're getting there. That is going to happen at some point. It's going to be awful. It's insane. I had owned the game for years because my friend gave me the game, and he's like, yo, please play this, and I've been stuck. Ugh. Link can't jump because he skips leg day, like Beardo. Zeltroid, raise up the water to the 3rd level. Oh, come on! Of course. Okay. Of course. Gosh dang it, man. I should have been smart enough to figure that out. Thank you, NFI. Nobody asked me to like the stream today. I just might be forced to like it for once, says ID Monster. ID Monster is a rebellion at heart. Okay. So this is the one. But if I raise it to the 3rd level, how do I get back into that room? Alright, I'm gonna go with what you said right now, but I'm a little bit confused on how I'm gonna get back into that room. Stuck, meaning I can't put the game down after I beat it. It's just shrines and whatever else now. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I waited so long to, like, fight Ganon. I wanted to get as many shrines as possible because as great as the game is, it doesn't feel the same, like, getting all that stuff you need to collect and everything after you beat it. So I like to be the guy who, like, collects absolutely everything and then just totally dominate the boss when I get to him. What the hell? Did I... I'm so confused right now. Yes, okay, so this one, I raised the water level up, but I don't know how to get back in there, so we'll see here. My first Zelda game is my favorite. My first Zelda game? Like the first Zelda game? The NES Zelda game? Which one was that, Novella? Which one is your first? My first was the NES one. I loved that one. Definitely liked Link to the Past more, but I did love that one. Watching Breath of the Wild speedruns is crazy. Yeah, it is. The way they just like go flying with the stasis and then fly on a rock and then clip into shrines, and it's just, it's ridiculous. Link to the Past, yes. Use your iron boots to get through the door. You can open the door with the iron boots on? This is news to me. Okay. Really? Okay. Really? Did they add that for this one? I felt like you couldn't open doors with the underwater. That's crazy. Well, no, because that's floating up. Okay. NFI, I'm sorry. I'm still confused. That pretty much happened with me. I literally had no trouble with any bosses or Ganon. I was low-key OP. What the heck am I missing? Novella's first Zelda game was on the CDI source. Dude, trust me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure anybody whose first Zelda game was Zelda CDI just stopped playing. Just never played Zelda ever again. Johnny, you can also super bomb the Omega Pirate. Don't remind me, okay? I'm ashamed of the fact I didn't know that one. Johnny, what Zelda game was my first, says Joe Chunk. Oh, that's a good question. Was it Ocarina? Or was it Breath of the Wild? I feel like it was either Ocarina or Breath of the Wild. I loved A Link Between Worlds, my first handheld Zelda. Yes, Link Between Worlds is awesome as well. Zeltroid, remember the ice dungeon? You open the door with your iron boots underwater. You're right, but okay. Alright, so let's go here. It must be a mid-level entrance then, because I can't enter from the bottom. Yeah, so it's not, so you can't open doors with like a doorknob handle, but if they shoot straight up, you can open them. So that makes sense. It's just certain kinds of doors you could open. Oh, here we go. There it is. Okay. Alright. Thank you, Edify. That would have taken me forever to figure out. It was simply because I knew you couldn't open a door with a door handle, so I just assumed you couldn't open, like, any door, but that makes sense. It's this kind of door. Alright, now I think we just used Den's Fire, probably. It's gotta be Den's Fire, because I can't get fire arrows yet, anyway. Breath of the Wild was easy, but I, oh, okay, opened the bottom. But I explored a lot before I tackled a lot of stuff. The open worldness is captivating and didn't do too much story till I had an F ton of hearts and stamina. Yeah. I liked Breath of the Wild. The open world aspect didn't really bother me like it bothered some people. I thought it really worked for Breath of the Wild. For me, the biggest bummer was not having really difficult, you know, thought-provoking dungeons. Although the Divine Beasts are certainly closer to that, Tears of the Kingdom, the dungeons are not even up to the standards of the Divine Beasts, to be honest. I feel like historically speaking, especially for games like, say, Ocarina of Time, the dungeons feel like literally half of your time spent in the game, and that certainly wasn't the case with Breath of the Wild, and especially Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom, they're too easy. Simply because Link can do too many things. Alright, well, this is all different. What the heck is all this? Okay. Zeltroid, I'm asking because it was before my memory. I was probably learning from you like a baby or something, so I was wondering if you remembered. Yeah, I genuinely feel like it was either... I feel like it was either Ocarina of Time or Breath of the Wild, but it was probably Breath of the Wild. Just because I think that Breath of the Wild is a good way to... like a good introduction game. Wait a minute. Okay, there's nothing else up here. Colgera's theme in Tears of the Kingdom is still fantastic, though. It's incredible. There's a lot of great parts from Tears of the Kingdom still. The lead up to the Wind Temple is absolute peak. It's genuinely incredible. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's interesting. I also love the descent into the depths and going further and further, and that crazy intense music to fight Ganon, the Demon King, and everything. It was really, really cool. Okay, freaking A. Put the boots back on. This is hurting my eyes. Okay. So... we already did that one. Where's the other opening I'm looking for? This one. Okay. Probably Ocarina of Time, it was my guess. Yeah, maybe. I feel like the first game I tried to get you to play was was Halo. Halo, though. Explains why you love it so much now. Okay, be a key. This is probably going to be a key. Fantastic. Okay, so we know where the key door is. I honestly can't wait for Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. Yeah, same. Same. Just to get something new Zelda is just like super exciting, even if it's not a traditional Zelda game. I'm excited about it, and I do enjoy those games. I really do, so that'll be fun. Full Metal Mikey, can someone ban this guy? What do you say? Joe Chunk, when mom was pregnant with you, she was actually playing Zelda CDI games. I'm disowning mother if that was the case. Just so you guys know, like half of my family's in the chat right now. They're all having a big old conversation. Okay, so... I need to get out probably this mid-level one just like last time. So let's dive underneath. Now let's put on iron boots. I'm sure it was Halo 2 might be the most nostalgic game for or thing for me ever. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I love Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. Didn't care if the story changed. Yeah, kind of just like more of a what if scenario than anything. Okay, so the key door is all the way at the top. Let's go to the top. No. Sorry, chat. I have to think a little bit. Yeah, okay. So it's just right here. Cool. Yeah, I mean, this has been like a decent little challenge, but this definitely doesn't feel as hard as going through the water temple for the very first time when you don't understand how anything works. Well, I say that now, but this is different. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Shout out to my goat per yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so you're gonna slide down, so you have to think about which one you're clipping onto. Interesting. Okay. Gosh darn it, Link. I did not choose to roll there. Zeltroid, have you watched Angry Video Games Nerd review of Zelda for CDI? He also reviews Super Mario for CDI. He's super funny. I haven't seen one of his videos in a while. I probably saw that at some point, but it's been a long time. You ever watch a video like many, many years ago, and then you go back and watch it again, not remembering that you've seen it before? And then you see your own comment there, and you're like, oh shoot, I watched this like 6 years ago. I thought this was brand new to me. Okay. Alright, so there's that one. Oh, fancy. Cool. Wasn't so bad. Why is that only half exposed? Well, alrighty. Oh my god, 3 of them. Interesting. What the heck? I was blocking, dude. Okay, one down. Okay. Ah, man. I say Age of Calamity did happen in a different timeline. Just start up a whole new timeline. I mean, why not? The timeline's already all screwed up. Start another one. Initial Power D says, "Man, they really went all out. This feels completely different than just a remix of how it was in the original." Yeah, no, it's fun, man. It's fun. It's hard to complain, because being able to go through a game like Ocarina of Time that I've played a bazillion times before, that I've beat a billion times, and have it feel fresh, it is. It's really, really hard to complain with that. It's a pretty cool feeling. No. Scotland says, "I remember as a kid playing Ocarina of Time, I was hopeful that you could unlock Stalfos' red sword for Link." Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That stuff like that. Oh no! It always goes straight into the wall. God, I hate that. Oh. Okay. When I first went through Ocarina of Time, it was like the early days of the internet. You know, 1998, the internet was just like barely getting going right after that. And one of the rumors online on just like really like generic looking message boards was that there was a white tunic hidden in the ice cavern. And I was like, there's a white tunic? I thought that was so cool. And like all these people online were talking about it, but there was nothing consistent on how to get it. You know, it was like you have to go find this secret room, and then you have to hit this button and this button. It was all bull crap, man. So now every time I play Breath of the Wild and I get to the point in Hateno Village where I can pick the color of my outfit, I always make it white because I wanted a white tunic and I was lied to as a kid. That would have been so cool. Are You Sarah Connor says, "Holy peeps, I'm eating yummy Mexican food." Yes, I am jealous. That sounds delicious. Did you make it or did you pick it up from somewhere? That sounds yummy. All right. Should we just cheese him with dense fire? I say we cheese him with dense fire. NFI, Zeltroid, that happened to me 2 years ago. I saw my comment and it was since 2015. Yeah. That's what would probably happen to me if I went back and watched like Angry Video Game Nerds videos. Initial Power D says, "I remember those types of rumors going around in the 90s. Like the Mew under the truck in red and blue." Yeah, exactly. Or being able to play as Luigi in Super Mario 64. That was a big one too. Fun fact, on the programming level, Dark Link is just a duplicate of Link's model with an enemy flag turned on. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, shoot. Dang, he's kicking my butt right now. I need to stop stabbing, too. I can't help it. Especially with how you fight this Stalfos. Man, you're annoying, dude. So I know you do that, and then you do that, and you swipe at me. There we go. Freaking A, dude. Dude's annoying. I mean, I got plenty of fairies. I don't think he has that much health left. Oh, come on. Why didn't that land? Sometimes I rock the dark pink armor in Breath of the Wild for no reason. That's awesome. I know a lot of people That's what it was. That's what it was. So my buddy Chris back in the day, this was it. He saw me doing this. That's how I found out that you're supposed to do the fire temple first. Because he saw me playing this. He was my roommate back in the day. And he was like, why don't you just use the Megaton hammer? And I was like, the what? Like, you can't do that? Like, you can't do that. You don't have it yet. Like, I don't have it. And he's like, what do you mean you don't have it? How did you not get it? I haven't done the fire temple. It's like, you haven't done the fire temple. Like, that was funny. I remember that night like it was yesterday. Alright, sit down. Link, not pink. NFI says, you got this, Johnny. Yeah, I had so much health to spare, I figured I could probably just wing it and I'd be able to get him. Man, seeing this whole thing and how it created like a fake illusion, it's like the hyperbolic time chamber in DBZ. Very, very cool. Johnny, how confident are you could beat Dark Johnny? I'm pretty confident. Cause like, I think fighting Dark Johnny, I'd probably even have less to hold back, because Dark Johnny, he's just evil. He's selfish. He's got nothing to live for. Me, I've got things to fight for. So I think I'd be fighting even more relentlessly than Dark Johnny would. If you want to know more about how Dark Link works, check out a video titled Dark Link, how a lazy dev shortcut created a legendary Zelda icon made by the channel Liam6. Yeah, that's awesome. How a lazy dev shortcut. That's amazing. Okay, why is it giving me the option to hookshot back up there? Why would I want to go back up there? Because to me this feels new. Why would I want to come back up here? Let me make sure there's nothing I'm missing. I don't see anything else. Dark Johnny would send you into a blind rage, calling you the second best Johnny. Well, yeah, then I'd kick his ass, because he called me, you know, second best, and I gotta prove him wrong. All right, Link, what are you doing here? All right, fine. Take the stupid boots off. Dark Johnny is a casual about competition and never loses his temper. Nah, I'm screwed. That's fine. Just let it be. I think if Dark Mikey is the embodiment of my worst self, then the question is, could I beat like Mikey? That's fair. Come on. Why are these so hard to grab? Could I beat like Mikey? Dark Johnny never bags. He always front runs. Well, that's why he's going to lose. If you try to play knockout tour tracks and you never bag, you got to bag somewhat. The best players just know when to bag and when to front run, because there's definitely a time and place for each. And that's even true for other good players like, you know, Mr. Cool Cat and Papa and stuff. They do it. They're smart about when to do it. And a lot of tracks I'm still learning about, like, when it's smart to do it and not to do it. Adios, amigos. Later, Sarah Connor. You have a good night. All right, let's do this. It's so weird how different this whole thing is. There's no hook shot in here. You gotta hurry up. Like, no, it's all different. It's very, very weird. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Let's go to this one first before I jump in. know if I should be destroying these because you can also hookshot them. Okay. What's up, STR? Good to have you back. Did LeBron put out any other goofy videos since I was gone? Any other goofy ads? I am so excited for the season to start, though. With, like, well-conditioned Luka. Like, yes, please. Let's go. Luka is ready to tear up the league, man. If regular Link robs the Kakariko Graves murdered Skull Kid for a giant rupee, commits countless acts of property damage, didn't keep his promise to Ruto, and etc., what does Dark Link do? That's true, exactly. That's the most hilarious thing in this game, that you can murder the Skull Kid in Ocarina of Time, essentially undoing all of Majora's Mask. What the heck, dude? Oh, okay, there's an opening here. Oh, I got nervous. So after this game is over, what's next? You know what? I need to let the chat kind of decide, probably. What do you guys want? One of the things we've talked about... somebody mentioned Skyward Sword. Like doing like a shieldless run of Skyward Sword. We could do Majora's Mask. I could just, for Mikey's sake, just go to the Super Nintendo Indiana Jones. I don't know. Give me some feedback what you guys would like to see. Johnny, can you make a top 10 corniest ads NBA players have ever done? Shaq Free Edition. Oh my god, there's some terribly cringy ones, dude. Okay, what did that just do? Chat, what did that just do? I need to watch the playback of my own video. What did that just do? Oh, it opened the door. Okay, cool. We got two people saying Skyward Sword. NFI says Skyward Sword. Lasia says Skyward Sword. What? Don't climb that. I know what Skutless is gonna boast before before he jumps in. I once made a joke question of what does Dark Link do when regular Link does this, and someone answered probably helps feed starving orphans and helps old grannies get across the street. Yeah, exactly. That's Dark Link. I vote either the no pause button. Oh yeah, that or either the no pause button. Yes, and I do have the reminder, so I'll check out that video, STR. So, no pause, Breath of the Wild run, or Majora's Mask. Yeah, no pause, Breath of the Wild sounds intense, dude. I simp for Majora's Mask, so that gets my vote. Let me do a count here. So we've got 2 Skywards. We've got 3, actually. ID Monster said no, shieldless run for Skyward, so that's 3. I vote either, so we got 4-1. Let's see here. No, you said no pause, Breath of the Wild, or Majora's Mask, so that's 4-2 in favor of Majora's Mask. Well, no, not in favor of Majora's Mask, in favor of Skyward. And then that's 4. Yeah, that's 4-3. From what I can tell, because Initial Power D made 3. Let's go ahead and go down here and destroy these real quick. We do have a lot less viewers tonight than normal. I wonder if I need to change up the thumbnail, because I keep on regurgitating the same thumbnails for these streams. I thought I'd be a little bit... I thought maybe I'm just getting boring, but I thought Water Temple would get a little bit more interest. I think I need to use different thumbnails, because I think when you use the same thumbnail over and over again, it runs the risk of people going, I already saw that. And so I probably need to stop doing that. Princess Ruto married Dark Link and Terminal Montage parody. That's awesome. Of course she would. She's a woman scorned. Okay, but Din's Fire? Oh, come on, Johnny. Okay, yeah, but I think once I'm up there I do Din's Fire and that'll do it. Majora's Mask, making an all masks runs. All in a 3-day cycle, you beat the game, and you must do as many good deeds as possible. Yeah, that sounds like a piece of cake. Piece of cake, Scutless. Oh, that's it. Wow. Okay, so I can now officially confirm that this is easier. This is even easier than the regular water temple, especially if you're going in... Well, yeah, I don't know. Even if you haven't played either of them before, this one just feels more linear. It feels like there's so much more backtracking in the original version. Are you going live for opening night? Yes, STR. Myself, Russell, Dario, we're all going to be going live as soon as the games are over, which we know will be late. But yeah, we'll be doing post-game stuff for those. So that should be fun. Holy crap, that volume jump on the mic. I'm so sorry, chat. Freaking A, I can't lean forward at all. I'm sorry. I guess I just, like, totally destroyed everybody's ears. Because now Alay's just saying the same thing. Gosh dang it. I'm sorry. Here. Let's push this up back a little. Gosh dang it, dude. Now Scutless is saying his ears are bleeding. Gosh damn it, dude. It's hard to be... I don't know. Why did it get loud all of a sudden? I don't know. I guess I, like, leaned forward a little bit as I was saying something. Do you guys think it was just because I leaned forward, or was there like some weird audio spike? I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. Did it go back down to normal? We are forever bitter and there's nothing you can do to fix it. I can barely hear now. What the hell happened, dude? How is your mic? What if StreamYards is being dumb? I mean, this is Streamlabs. That's what I got. Wayfarer, what's up? I don't think anybody's liking the stream after what just happened to them. But thank you anyway, Wayfarer. I don't think it's you leaning. Dang. Golly, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there then. That's brutal. Johnny's improved voice to do better mic lore continues. Alright, so let's do this. Alright, I guess the long shot doesn't work. Labs, whatever. Yeah, Streamlabs. What, Johnny? What did you say? I can't hear, says NFI. Dude, I'm so sorry. I don't know why the heck the audio just did that. I'll just be an ASMR stream from now on. I'll try to speak extra softly. So it'll just be loud whispering next time that happens. What's the... Okay, so I'll remember, like, right before the boss fight, I'll rewind and watch the stream back, because I want to hear what you guys heard. Fascinating that item was such a help in the dungeon. I really thought it was a, quote, long shot. Wow. Wow, Scutless. ID Monster. Mikey avoids the audio problems by having 7,000 Kirby plushies in his room to absorb the sound. It's so accurate. I think he's genuinely got so many that I would not rule that out. I would not rule that out. And based on the fact that we've got an empty room because we're moving, the only thing canceling out this audio right now is this freaking couch. So, Mine's probably extra echoey. I wonder how many... Oh, that's a good video, too. I need to write that down. Remind me to make a video, mini bosses that were better than the boss. This is obviously one of them. Yeah, but making a video about all the mini bosses in Zelda games where the mini boss was better than the boss itself, that'd be cool. Come on. It's how he got through 4 hours of rage-filled boss battles and Silk Song without making a peep. Yeah. Mikey's not a sports guy like I am, but he has that very determined competitive gene as well, for sure. And so the boss from the Water Temple is that thing from the Abyss, James Cameron Phil. You spoiled it, Scutless. I was never going to watch anyway. Ooh, Arbiter's Ground, Twilight Princess, best mini boss in all of Zelda. Yeah, that's a good one. Twilight Princess has so many good mini bosses, man. Twilight Princess might be the GOAT Zelda game in terms of mini bosses, just as a whole. My favorite boss fight is Demise in Skyward Sword. I like it. I wish there was a little bit more to it from like a gameplay standpoint. The whole like swiping left and right thing and everything. But like as far as like the setup and the aesthetics, it's badass. It's hard to beat. Oh, what? He just like turned to the side and grabbed me. I didn't think he was gonna do that. Mikey invests heavily into Kirby to hide that bottomless rage and fury. Makes sense. I mean, they're fairies. I'll just let them get used naturally. Well, oh my gosh. I'm like, oh man, I got 4 hits there. If I had been more prepared for that, I might have been able to just, like, camp there the whole time until he was dead. Cool. Alright. So I hate to say it, but I think the truth of the matter is, the Water Temple on Ocarina of Time, as much as I enjoyed it, it didn't quite live up to the hype and the setup. Because I expected it to be harder. I expected it to be Master Quest, but it was easier. It was definitely easier on this version. If Kirby sucked in Johnny and absorbed his power, he would become a baggy Kirby. Fair. You take the Tears of the Kingdom Ganondorf fight and replace it with Link versus Demise, it would be peak Zelda boss battle. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Full Metal Mikey says, I'm a real sucker for eyeballs as weak points. Pretty much all the bosses and A Link to the Past are my favorite. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. So, Mikey, if you play Majora's Mask, first of all, just play Majora's Mask at some point in your life because it's wonderful. But then, if you ever go through the 3DS version of Majora's Mask, which isn't as good, by the way, they changed some things and it's not as good. You definitely want to play on the 64 version. But if you played on the 3DS version, they had this weird obsession of adding eyeballs to the boss fights for like no reason whatsoever. Like a bunch of bosses got like just added eyeballs in their mouth and just Majora's Mask 3D version is the ultimate Zelda game for you if you love eyeballs. Master Quest and 3DS version was difficult for me, says NFI. Yeah, I don't like it as much. There's some things about it that just don't hit the same. Initial Power D says, I hate the eyes thing. Yeah, and it's so obvious too. It's like, as a long-term like Zelda fan, anytime you see like an eye or like a big eye and you shoot it with an arrow and nothing happens, you're actually like, you're just genuinely shocked. You're like, wait a minute, what? Something's supposed to happen. ID Mustard says, being a sage is such a scam. It really is, dude. They just like strip you of like your personality and your soul, and you're just stuck like in like this nothingness forever. It's pretty brutal. Full Metal Mikey says, sick. So I think based on the voting, there was a slight edge for Skyward Sword after we finish this playthrough. So I think I will do that one. But at some point we're going to get to Majora's Mask too. So I just love that game so much. It needs to happen. Majora's Mask 3D, see, Scutless agrees with me, was not a good remake. There's some decent quality of life improvements, but there's some really, really bizarre decisions. Don't get me started on how they changed Zora swimming. Yeah, there's a lot of things. And even just like from the aesthetic and from the eeriness of the game, it's not as good as the 64 version. The 64 version of Majora's Mask is legitimately the creepiest and darkest Zelda game ever. I love how dire it is. I love that there's this sense of like impending doom, and everybody deals with it differently. It's like this really like thought-provoking type of game, and it's one of my favorites. I freaking love it. Oh man, the nerf to the Zora swimming, yeah. Daniel, you could still vote, said, wait, what were the options? I mean, the most votes we got were between two. Would you rather see me go through Majora's Mask, I guess just as is? Or do you want to see me go through Skyward Sword? I think with Skyward Sword, we were talking about doing a shieldless run. So that's probably a part of it. But yeah, Skyward Sword or Majora's Mask after Ocarina of Time. I love both, but you either want to go for like one of the most happy, lighthearted Zelda games or like the most depressing Zelda game. Daniel says Majora's Mask, which I think ties it up at 4-4, which means I'll have to wait for more votes. Majora's Mask is perfect for Halloween, says NFI. Yeah, that I agree with. One thing I am thinking about, chat, and let me know what you guys think about this. I'm thinking about maybe just instead of like doing two like smaller streams, maybe I just combine both streams, because right now we're doing Sundays and Thursdays, and I'm going to finish these playthroughs for sure. I'm going to finish the Ocarina of Time playthrough, and I'm going to finish the Metroid Prime series. But at a certain point, I'm thinking maybe I just combine both streams and just do like 2 to 3 hours of one game and then 2 to 3 hours of the other game. So like 2 to 3 hours of Zelda and then 2 to 3 hours of Metroid, so that basically we get all of it in one night. Let me know what you guys think about that. Personally, I mean, that does sound cool to do both games in one evening, but that would also give me another night potentially to spend with my family a little bit more. So I don't know. It's just something I'm thinking about. STR says Majora's Mask has to be completed. Also, this will sound crazy, but I never played Skyward Sword. I was dealing with being sick all the time. Yeah, no, you're fine. I got to Skyward Sword late because one of probably the only Nintendo console I didn't own soon after it came out was actually the Nintendo Wii. Everything before that, I owned it right as it came out, but I was like living on my own during the Nintendo Wii era, and was pretty broke. And so buying video games and spending a ton of time playing video games was not among my priorities at that period of my life, which also meant my life wasn't that awesome at the time. Because I love video games. But yeah, so I was late to the party for Skyward Sword. I was late to the party for Metroid Prime 3. Basically any great game for the Wii. Alright, so let's go ahead and get going to the Fire Temple now. The proper order. Well, it's basically the same audience, so there's that. Yeah, for sure. Scott says, I remember I really loved Deku Link. I wish the Dekus appeared more often in general. One of my favorite Zelda races. Was nice to see them return of Echoes of Wisdom at least. Yeah, that was really cool. I liked Echoes of Wisdom. I know a lot of people did it. Seems like people forgot about it and kind of moved beyond it quickly. But I loved that game, man. I really did. The music was so good. It was like a breath of fresh air to return to more traditional dungeons. It was really nice. You could test out the double stream. It probably won't do as well as they would separately. That's true, too. I mean, performance does matter. Yeah. That's a good idea, though, ID Monster. Maybe we'll just try it out. Do a test run. See what people think. But if I wanted to be, like, super scheduled about it, I could say from, like, 6 to 9, I play Zelda, and then from, like, 9 to midnight, I play Metroid, or something like that, you know? STR says, I say try it and see what the numbers say. Yeah. Yeah. So a couple votes for just testing it. So yeah, I think it's probably a good idea. Alrighty. I think there's probably more goodies I can get from here now. I've collected quite a few more. You got some for me? You should try Cadence of Hyrule. Could do that. Definitely on the... speaking of which, I need to figure out how to play AM2R for whenever the Prime series is done. I think when the Prime series is done. Well, I don't know. A lot of people have been asking me to go through Dread, but I could literally do Dread, or even just continue my playthrough and finish it in one night. So that should be quick. So maybe I finish the Prime series, finish Dread, and then do AM2R for Metroid. That'd probably be good. Scutless says, I watched a review of Echoes of Wisdom, which inspired me to go straight for a challenge run. No bed healing or smoothie healing, and no using the sword outside of puzzles that specifically require it. Oh, nice. So have you done that run yet, Scutless? And if so, how did that feel? Certain Zelda games, or just certain games in general, are like that, where they're not really that fun as is. But if you can find ways to make the games a little bit more difficult on yourself, it adds some excitement. Makes it fun either for the first time or fun again, you know? Come on. Will you leave me alone? ID Monster says, Johnny, probably the play would be do the 3D games separately. Then when you get into 2D games, you combo those. It's a good idea. And if I says, to be honest, my first time seeing Link with a white tunic was Super Smash Brothers Nintendo 64. I thought you can unlock that tunic in Ocarina of Time as a kid. Yeah, see, that's the other thing. I remember that. That probably didn't help me either. The fact that I saw that, I was like, okay, that that gives me even more evidence that this might actually be a thing. Ooh, do I have the Song of Storms? Please tell me I have the Song of Storms. I do. Okay. Come on. Full Metal Mikey says AM2R is free. Download to your PC. Literally the easiest thing. No setup necessary. I mean, I don't know. You should text me. Text me, Mikey. Because I don't want to just, like, do it from anywhere. You know, because I don't know, like, what I might get hit with, some kind of virus or something. I don't know what websites to go to. Well, that was a nice waste of a golden ruby. Oh, that's right. We need to do this part. Can I reach it from here? Nice. Okay. Now let's go bomb Link. Link the Goron. Ah! Didn't mean to fall. Let's open this. I just want that to be open for us. I'm not sure if that's how that works, but... There's an official website. I'll send it to you. Okay, thanks, Mikey. That's exciting. I get to finally go through this game that basically every Metroid fan has been telling me to go through. I'm usually a pretty stickler about only going through, like, official Nintendo stuff. I don't really like doing fan-made stuff, but at this point I feel like it's a rite of passage. Like, if you're gonna be a Metroid fan, if you're gonna have a Metroid channel, you gotta play AM2R because everybody's telling me it's amazing. No way I got him first try. That's awesome. Did you finish it, Mikey? He did it on stream, Johnny. Did you really? That's crazy. Scutless says, Echoes of Wisdom run felt good. Played like that. Even with those rules, the game is still pretty easy. Deaths were really rare, but Volvagia actually managed to kill me twice. Nice. Yeah, bringing back Volvagia was freaking awesome. That was so great. Perfect timing bringing that up as well. We're about to take on Volvagia and the Fire Temple. It'll be interesting to see what the Fire Temple is like on Master Quest. It would be really funny if the Fire Temple version of Master Quest is actually harder than the Water Temple. Because I gotta be honest, like, I enjoyed that, but that Water Temple was not really that hard. There was one key. Johnny do Majora's Mask, then Twilight Princess after this. That way you can mirror the Metroid Prime trilogy with 3D playthroughs, and then after that, do the 2D games. I gotta mix in Skyward Sword somewhere in there if people are voting for it. Right now, Skyward Sword and Majora's Mask are still tied, but with as many people who have voted for it, I definitely gotta mix it in somewhere if it's not the next game. You'll be alright. Everybody, like, the dragon's eating all your people, but you'll get over it. Johnny, have you had a chance to watch Hero's Purpose by Major Link? Bro, I'm gonna have to, like, there's so many freaking reminders of things you guys are recommending for me. Let me write that down, too. Right here. Hold on. Okay. So I've got STR's reminder. Let's do this one as well. So, Hero's Purpose. Major Link. Alright. I've got it written down. I got a reminder. You can ask me about it next stream. So here's how much of an old Zelda fan boomer I was. When I first played Twilight Princess, I was super cranky about the fact that the red tunic and the blue tunic no longer just look like a basic tunic. I got like super irritated. I was like, I don't like that it's all Zorified. And I just want the basic blue and red where they all look the same and they're interchangeable. It got me like way too grumpy. Thank you to everybody who's hanging out tonight. Hopefully this has been a relaxing stream for you. Ooh. When Johnny starts taking out his reading glasses and writes reminders down, we know he's too far gone. Listen, man. Unlike you, I'm not so insecure about getting old, okay? I'm just getting old. It is what it is. My memory's been crap forever, though. That's like, even when I was young and athletic, my memory was garbage. So this is just kind of a practice I've been doing for most of my life, to be honest. I don't know why that part throws me off. I'm a weirdo because when I play the songs, I try to play them in the rhythm that Sheik played them. Otherwise, it just sounds weird. Relaxing. Do you have any idea how stressful it is making jokes and puns? Feel bad for me. Oh, okay, Scottless, I do. You're just constantly racking your brain like, how do I turn this into a pun? NFI says, I hope it's not going to rain tomorrow. Still working on the roof. I'm going to use the money to buy a new capture card. Nice. Treat yourself. No, that's a good investment, too. Especially with you making the videos and everything. NFI, I need to spend more time, like, checking out your channel and stuff. I really do. So I'll need to do that. There's, like, 4 things I need to do when I stop streaming tonight. So I'll be spending a lot of time on my phone. Daniel says, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? I'm high 30s. High 30s, I'll put it there. My mother just, like, had, like, a serious talk with me where she's like, you're giving away too much information on the internet. So there you go, Mom. There. I'm high 30s, okay? Hope you're happy with that. You tell them too much information. Like, I don't even, like, say that much. Alright, unfortunately there is no Muslim chanting in this version. Because Nintendo had to change it because people got mad. Alrighty, I think this is a good stopping point. We did the water temple, 2.5 hours. I can go spend some time with the family, and this is going to be a whole nother undertaking. Can put this in the thumbnail next week. At some point, I'll go ahead and try to mix them together. Alan says I'm 28. Ah, okay. You're just a youngin'. You're just a spring chicken. Ah, you're just a kiddo, Alan. Guys, thank you for everybody who was here. I think it was fun. Honestly, I'll probably just do a poll on the channel itself, saying that we were tied 4-4 between Skyward Sword and Majora's Mask. So I'll probably just let the channel decide with the big poll. So thank you guys to everybody for hanging out. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes is what we're starting up on Sunday night. So late Sunday night, we're going to tackle Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, which is a wonderful, awesome game if you've never seen it. And then again, next week, same time, we're going to continue this stream. So thank you to everyone for hanging out. Also, stay tuned for my Zelda facts video. I'm going to try to get that one out to you guys pretty soon. Share some cool Zelda information with you guys. So, y'all have a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys again soon.